Hey everybody, I got some exciting news. I've got another Degrassi Junior High calendar. This one is the 1987 edition, so this is for the first season of the show. And this is from a lot of items that were part of a Stephanie Kaye collection. So this is signed by Nicole Stoffman. You might be able to see that signature in this photograph on the front cover. She actually seems to have signed every picture that she appears in this calendar. So I suppose this must have been her own personal copy. And I don't know where the person I got it from acquired these items. They must have been some sort of a collector who had some Stephanie Kaye items that they put up for sale. That my friend Degrassi CSI helped me to find. I have alerts on my eBay, and he alerted me before I even saw this though that this auction was up, and I said, "Oh, thank you. I'm gonna win those items then," and I did. So let me share with you what's inside. As with the other calendar that I've already made a video of, this one follows the same format. Let me put something behind this so it's not the light's not bleeding through and you can see the picture. This one follows the same format where there's a photograph at the top and then a list of birthdays and holidays for each month. So first for January, we have this picture of Caitlin and Susie developing film. This is kind of a subtle characteristic of Caitlin, that she was a photographer. I've expressed doubt in the past. I think on my last calendar video, I said, did she really take photographs that much? Because I think she had a camera in the front cover there. But she does. When I watched the series again after that, trying to pay attention, I see, yeah, she does take photographs. It's just not really mentioned too much. But in fact, yes, she does take pictures. So anyways, what happens in January in Degrassi Junior High history? This is an exciting find for me, actually, because these were some of the last birthdays that I didn't have any idea about. And there are some little surprises in here and some keys to the early history of Degrassi Junior High that might be kind of interesting to talk about. So first, Thursday, January 1st was New Year's Day. January 3rd is Jason Cox's birthday. That's something that I did not know before because he was, of course, only in season 1. And then he, I forget how they explained it. At some point, they said he moved away, I think. Principal Lawrence's office or Doris Bell might have mentioned something like that. So moving on, the 13th is Alex's birthday. The 15th is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And the 30th is Susie's birthday and Yick's birthday. Next, this is nice. February, we have a picture of Vula and Lucy when they're getting arrested by that security guy for because Lucy was stealing that sweater and all those scarves and stuff at that department store. You remember, you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure, if you're watching this video. So kind of they did do some pretty nice still photography for this calendar, which is it makes it a very nice item, I think. So what happens in February in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 12th is Mom's birthday, so of course that's Linda Schuyler's birthday, is February 12th. The 14th is Valentine's Day. The 15th is Tiffany's birthday. Who's Tiffany, you ask? Well, what I've deduced is that they must have been calling Trish Tiffany at some point, because that is Trish's birthday. Dana Jean Brown, the actress who played Trish, I should say, I suppose. So who else could it be? Because she was on the show at this point, so I guess they must have been calling her Tiffany at this point. I don't remember that ever happening, but Uh, can't argue with the calendar too much. So the 16th is Rick's birthday, Rick Monroe. So that's something I didn't know, and I appreciate knowing that. The 16th is also George Washington's birthday. The 19th is Vula's birthday. That's a big deal because I'm a big Vula fan and I've always wanted to know what her birthday is. So that mystery is solved by this calendar. And that's it for February. So let's take a look at March. Now we have a set of photographs. We have LD and Melanie. Wish we would have got to see more of them together. They were only really friends in, I think, the swimming episode, the great race, or the big race, whatever it was called. I should know that. But yeah, that would have been nice, I think, to see a little bit more of LD and Melanie. But it's okay, I suppose. Then we have a picture of Stephanie Kaye and the twins. And again, this is also signed by Nicole Stoffman. The twins at this point weren't wearing their black and white outfits that were supposed to make them kind of a personification of, the Greek chorus kind of thing, and right and wrong, and those kind of things, where they were just voicing their opinion, that kind of symbolic thing that happened. At this point, one of them has like a sweater with the letter B on it, it looks like, and the other one, I can't quite tell if there's any design on her sweater. And then we have Arthur and Yick looking at the Swamp Sex Robots video cassette. And Arthur is freaking out over it. He's wide-eyed, manic, wondering what this could be. It is going to scorch his eyeballs, as Yick, you would say. So maybe he should close his eyes, lest his eyeballs be scorched. But they didn't get to watch it anyway, so I guess that didn't happen. So what happens in March in Degrassi history? The 4th is Ash Wednesday. The 11th is Darlene's birthday. I don't know who Darlene is. I haven't been able to find any other Degrassi person whose birthday is on the 11th, and I don't know who Darlene was in the show. Might have been an extra or something. I just can't tell you who it is at this point. The 16th is Stephanie's birthday. The 17th is St. Patrick's Day. The 24th is Dad's birthday, so that's Kit Hood. And the 27th is Wiley's birthday, which is another one of these early characters that I never knew his birthday. So I'm glad that I now know his birthday is March the 27th. Look at this. Very nice picture of Derek Wheeler. Wheels, before glasses, of course. And he's talking on the phone with that sweater that he wore at this point. Joey Jeremiah is in the background, out of focus. Very nice picture. So what happens in April in Degrassi Junior High history? April 5th is LD's birthday. April 11th is Kathy's birthday. So that's Kathy Keenan. They hadn't named her yet. Liz, of course, Liz O'Rourke. You all know that she's there as an extra, and then they just kind of retcon it and pretend that she wasn't there, and she just moves there and becomes Liz. But evidently they were just calling her Kathy by her real name, that is, the actress, at this stage of Degrassi Junior High. The 12th is Palm Sunday. The 14th is Passover. The 17th is Good Friday. The 19th is Easter Sunday. The 21st is Snake's birthday. The 22nd is Sabrina's birthday. So that's Sabrina Diaz, who played GOT. Now on to May. So Some real nice photos here too. There's Kathleen and Annie. Maybe that's kind of what happened with the LD and Melanie friendship. Annie left because Annie was supposed to be more of a main character when they started. I've found some old Canadian film industry magazines that were announcing things about the production of different shows, and the actress who played Annie, Jamina, I can't remember her last name off the top of my head, but she was given top billing as a lead character in those very early announcements about the filming of Degrassi Junior High. But she left the show, so maybe that's kind of why that kind of thing fell apart, and we eventually ended up with Kathleen and Melanie as the little friend pairing. It worked out very well, and I'm pretty sure, I think that Rebecca Haynes saw now audition for Melanie, I want to say, initially, and they made up the Kathleen part for her. Maybe I can't remember exactly the story. I'm sure someone can fix it in the comments if I'm wrong about that. And then we have Joey Jeremiah and Rick Monroe with the Coca-Cola bottles. We don't want to talk about that too much. And then we have Snake and Melanie. Look how nice that is. The early version of Snake, before he's even in the Zit Remedy, he's a guitar player at this point. He's eventually a much better guitar player in the first episode, Please Kiss Me Steph, when he's running for president and all that. And he has his Iron Maiden shirt. It might actually be a Number of the Beast shirt now that I'm looking at it. That's Eddie. Looks like he has the marionette. So it's a Ringer Iron Maiden t-shirt. He's got his sunglasses around his neck. He's got his kind of Zubaz pants. They have something written on them, it looks like, or else it's just weird scrawls. I don't know if this is going to be something you can see in the image here. It's a very zazzy pattern, if I may say so myself. And look at how happy Melanie is in her loose necktie and cardigan, and that kind of funny skirt and all that. Sort of a proto Shannon Doherty look almost, because Shannon was kind of doing a necktie thing early on in 90210. But what happens in May, though, is probably the question we're all asking at this point. What happens in May in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 10th is Mother's Day. The 14th is Tim's birthday. The 17th is Chrissa's birthday. Krista Erdaltu, who we know better as Diana Economopoulos. So she was on the show at this point. It's just that she kind of... I think she became what Vula would have been after Vula left, and at this point they didn't really even have a name for her. And then 17th is also Nicole's birthday, and I'm afraid I don't know who Nicole is. It's not Nicole Stoffman, because we know her birthday. She's Stephanie Kaye, so I don't know who Nicole is. The 18th is Victoria Day. The 23rd is Avriana's birthday. Avriana you might not know by name, but she was a girl with glasses, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was only in a couple of episodes. Her big involvement, I guess, was in the experiment when Joey Jeremiah was selling the fake drugs, and she was one of the students that got bamboozled by his little scheme there. And then we have Memorial Day in the US on the 25th. So for June, now that's the one true pairing for Caitlin, in my opinion. Rick Monroe, and he's got his licorice. And look at how she's looking at him. Look at the affection between them. you know, Caitlin, you think about it, she always had uh, a type in the bad boy, but the ones that she went for were just kind of posers as bad boys. You know, that happened with Claude, of course. Joey wasn't really as bad as he liked to pretend at times, and he figured that out for himself eventually. But Rick could back it up. You know, maybe she was always chasing that high of being with Rick from early in Degrassi Junior High, and that's why she went after these guys. And then that guy in episode 1 of the Next Generation, that Hollywood producer jerk guy, and so on and so forth. Kevin Smith, I don't know. But yeah, very, very nice picture. I've never seen this, and a lot of these photos I've not seen before. So this is a very a valuable item, I think, for a Degrassi fan. So what happens in June in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 17th is Erica's birthday, and it's also Heather's birthday because they're twins. The 21st is Father's Day. The 24th is Saint Jean Baptiste Day in Quebec. And the 26th is Hank's birthday. Hank was Joey's little sidekick and friend in the first episode, and I think he pretty much disappears after the first episode, and then it's kind of retconned to Joey and Wheels were best friends all along. It seems they kind of imply that. I talk about this a little bit, I think, in my video about Joey and Snake and Wheels and their friendship. But there's not really too much to say about it because the show doesn't tell us a whole lot about Hank. But anyways, he's kind of a dope. July, look at that. LD and Jason Cox. LD was dressing like this at this point. She was always wearing that hat that her dad didn't like. And Jason Cox, he's really pleased with himself. Probably just said some kind of sexist comment, and LD can't believe that she's listening to this stuff coming out of his mouth. So he's got a soccer ball. She's got her hands on her hips. Very nice photograph. So what happens in July in Degrassi history? Well, the first is Canada Day. The 4th is Independence Day. The 18th is Melanie's birthday. The 19th is Lucy's birthday. The 23rd is Caitlin's birthday. And the 31st is Spike's birthday. And now here's some fun photographs. First, there's the Snake, the original kind of weird version of Snake with his Gibson Explorer. I suppose it would. I don't know that they were doing too many knockoffs of that time. Oh, I'm wrong about that. I'm sure that the Sears Roebuck had like a Harmony version of a Explorer or something of that nature at that point. So I don't know that they ever show the label on the headstock. It maybe it is a Gibson. Maybe Yan Moore had one lying around that they gave him to play with. And then we have Wiley and Tim, and they have this little figure in a sombrero. I don't know what that's all about. I don't think that ever made its way into the episode. It might be there. I mean, that's a little detail you might want to watch out for. But then, oh, look at this. How ridiculous is that? They put a picture of Damon King kissing Stephanie Kaye, and she autographs it. And we got his book in the background that he was autographing, King of Hearts. Absolutely ridiculous stuff here. But it goes there, Degrassi. We can say that. It went there back then, and it still did all those years later. And then we have Rick and Joey outside of Rick's apartment. Joey is surprised about something as he looks at Rick. I don't know at what point in the episode this would have been, but you can probably look at it and piece together where in the storyline this is, that Joey's making that incredulous look at Rick. So what is it that happens in Degrassi history in the month of August? Well, the 8th is Kamal's birthday, and I'm not sure if that's Mahmood or not. I maybe could have done a little bit more research before starting this video on that one factoid, but the reason I don't know will make sense in a couple of moments. Then we have the 16th is Shane's birthday, and the 30th is Kathleen's birthday. So for the Degrassi Junior High, August is kind of a bust. Not a lot happens. That picks up a bit later on, but look at this. We have Spike and Shane. A happy time in Shane's life, probably. And he's got one of those kind of funny sweaters with a weird design on it, too. And this is before Egbert happens and all that, I guess. I don't know. They might be at Lucy's party. Did Lucy have those little salt shaker things on her windowsill? I can't imagine where else this would be. So if any of you want to do a little bit more research and leave a comment, feel free to do that. By which I mean probably just watching the episode and confirming or telling me I'm wrong. But anyways, what happens in September in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 3rd is Lisa's birthday, and Lisa is Joy. She wasn't given the name Joy St. Jean at this point, I suppose. And this is another inference I'm making based on the fact that I know that Joy's birthday is September 3rd. The 7th is Labor Day. The 24th is Colleen's birthday. Colleen Lamb, that's Vivian Wong. And it's also Wheels' birthday. And it's Rosh Hashanah. And the 29th is Alexa's birthday. So LD factors kind of quite a bit into this calendar. We got some nice pictures of LD, that's kind of a rarity. There haven't been a whole lot of still photos of LD I've found just readily available. So this is gonna increase the stock of LD photos online. So anyways, LD is talking on the phone here. This is the episode where LD's father went to the hospital, probably, and she's trying to not have to go to the hospital because she's afraid of hospitals. So what is it that happens in October in Degrassi Junior High history? The 3rd is Yom Kippur. The 12th is Columbus Day in the US and Thanksgiving in Canada. The 17th is Nancy's birthday. And the 31st is Halloween. Now we find ourselves in November. We have Spike and the twins buying a pregnancy test. I believe they bought an AccuTest or an Answer Plus, and we see both of those there. It appears Erica's holding an Answer Plus, and I think Heather might have gotten an AccuTest. I can't quite tell from the photograph, but I'll be scanning these, and I'll probably have this calendar on archive.org in the next couple of days whenever I get to my my work scanner, where I can get I have a bigger scan bed that I can make some nice images of these, so you'll be able to find a full copy of this to look at if you want to. And then we have Melanie and Kathleen. Melanie has her black sheep sweater with the little sheep and the one black sheep amongst all of them. And it's just another funny little picture of the Melanie making that face. Like, what? What are you even talking about, Mr. Radich, or whoever it is that they're listening to? And then we have Joey and Stephanie Kaye. And again, it's signed by Nicole Stoffman. I'm always very interested what they have in their lockers. So when I scan this, you'll be able to take a look and try to see what's there. She has a Madonna poster. Would that have been True Blue, that era or something of that nature? 1987? I don't know, I guess, maybe. But she has that hairstyle, kind of the Billy Idol hair. And she has some kind of award. I'm not sure we're going to be able to figure out what that is because it's too it's not fine enough detail, this picture. And then she has someone wearing like a facial mask there, and a number of other things. But what is it that happens in November in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 11th is Remembrance Day and Veterans Day in the US. The 15th is Sammer's birthday. Now, this is why I wasn't sure if this was Mahmoud listed as Kamal or as Sammer, because his name is Sammer Kamal, I think. So both of those would be possibilities for who he would be. And 15th is also Andy's birthday. Andy Jacobson played David. The 26th is Thanksgiving in the US. And the 28th is Arthur's birthday. Now, speaking of Arthur, did you ever think you'd see such a thing? A still photo of Arthur trying to glue Yick's vase back together. And look at the concentration on his face as he sets about trying to piece this cheap vase that he thinks is a priceless heirloom back together with that that kind of glue that you don't really see too often anymore in my experience. I remember having a bottle of glue like that myself as a child back in this era, basically the late 80s, the early 90s. It was like a golden plastic bottle with white writing on it, and it was I don't remember it being particularly good glue, but it was just around my house forever, it seemed like. And Arthur's using that. I think it's glue you would get at like a craft store. That's what he thinks he's going to fix this vase with. So what happens in December in Degrassi Junior High history? Well, the 6th is Karen's birthday, and Karen is Vicky. The 7th is Annie's birthday. Again, Annie was supposed to be kind of a big deal at this point in the show, and she didn't really last that long. The 16th is Hanukkah. The 22nd is Joey's birthday. The 25th is Christmas. And the 26th is Boxing Day. And we have one last set of pages here, just to give us a little bit more Degrassi content. Now here's something. There's Mahmoud, and I don't know who this is. So this might be a clue to the Sammer and Kamal kind of mystery that we see in this. That might be who one of these is. It's really hard to guess which one until we figure out what Mahmoud's birthday actually is. And I think I might have that from my other calendar. I just didn't get it. So once we figure that out, we'll be able to know who this guy is. Then we have Alexa and Wiley, kind of an overhead shot of them just kind of goofing around, it looks like. We have a photo of Philip Earnshaw and Kit Hood is falling asleep as they're shooting an episode, it looks like. We have Sari Friedland. We have, I don't know who that is, but it's someone who worked on the production of the show, riding around on, that must be Rick's bike, I would think. I know that Rick talked about the fact that the production people liked playing around with that bike he had. It doesn't exactly look like his bike, because his bike, it had that very small wheel on the front, and I'm not sure that's a small wheel on the front, but that's all I can think for who that would be. We have Alex Yanko. We have Mr. Radich and Ms. Avery. And we have Kit Hood and Linda Schuyler. And that's the 1987 Degrassi Junior High calendar. But that's not all. I also got a copy of Star Week with a cover story where we see Nicole Stoffman as Stephanie Kaye and Duncan Waugh as Arthur Kowalowski. This cover story says, High Times, Hilarity, and Heartbreak, part of the curriculum for kids growing up in new series Degrassi Junior High. You know what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get this autographed by Duncan Waugh as well. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'd like to make that happen. So this is going to be on page 5. Coup de Degrassi. Kind of a little pun. I've never heard that pun before, actually, but I guess it's a good one. It's just and this is just a story about the show. I think this might already be online for you to read. Oh, there's Richard Dean Anderson. This is just an entertainment magazine, I guess. So MacGyver is there, for instance. So just a 80s entertainment magazine. But that's also not all. I got Nicole Stoffman's acting reel on VHS. So what's it say? Nicole Stoffman, actra, height 5'2", weight 105 pounds, hair blonde, eyes blue, contact. I won't read that. Rhonda Cooper though. So film experience, television experience, theater nominations for a Gemini, write-ups, a brazen beauty of the kind other girls love to hate. McLean's said that about her. A skillful piece of acting, the Philadelphia Inquirer said. And we have some stuff about her training and special skills. She's fluent in French and Italian. Has a general ability on the piano, tap and jazz dancing, ballet, voice, alto, and skiing as well. So, I'm not going to read all of this because it's kind of a lot, but I'll see what I can do about maybe trying to make this something that we could put online. It doesn't look like it's very long. It's actually only 6 minutes, her demo reel. But this was meant to be returned to this agency, it looks like. It says, please rewind and return to the characters. 150 Carlton Street, 2nd floor, Toronto, Ontario. I don't know if that exists anymore. But some very rare items to add to my collection. So, I hope you've enjoyed and learned a thing or two from this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around.